Hey everyone, it's Jeff here at the Raging Deacon Workshop. For those of you who are coming back, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming back. For those who are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Today's episode, we are focusing on the ScoutCrafter make your own screwdriver challenge. So if you don't know ScoutCrafter and you love tools, I recommend you go over to his channel over there and check out his channel. Not only is the man phenomenal at restoring tools and an artist when it comes to that, he is an excellent teacher. So this month he issued a challenge to his subscribers to make your own screwdriver. Now, ScoutCrafter's challenges are not to see who can make the best or the prettiest screwdriver. It's about getting in the workshop, doing some practice, and having some fun making a screwdriver. So that is exactly what we're going to do with this episode. And what I plan on doing is making a version of the simple, well, I don't know if it's simple, but of an offset screwdriver. So you'll see that in this offset screwdriver. It's got two heads, one on each side. They are 90 degrees out of position with each other. This one happens to ratchet. We're not making a ratcheting screwdriver. But what we are going to do is we are going to make a big version of the ratcheting screwdriver and just have a good time with it. Now, I'm actually recording this intro right in the middle of the whole process. In fact, the screwdriver is just sitting right off camera over there. What I hope to be able to share with you is not only the whole process, but some of the mistakes and stuff that happened along the way, because it's sort of a plan, but not real plan, and everything kind of just making it up as we go along. Nothing went really awry, just a few. I can never seem to drill in the center of anything, and you'll see that. And anyways, so without any further delay, let's get to the ScoutCrafter tool challenge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We have my entry into the ScoutCrafter Screwdriver Challenge, my oversized offset screwdriver. Now, just a reminder that the ScoutCrafter Screwdriver Challenge is not about making the fanciest screwdriver or who can make the fanciest screwdriver. It's about getting in the shop, getting some practice, doing some work, having some fun, and learning a few things. And I certainly did that with this one. So let's just get in and let's just talk about the offset screwdriver. So you'll remember from the beginning of our video that this screwdriver is made from essentially 4 separate pieces. Of course, there's the wood handle. We have the 2 different types or sizes of bolts that we use for our flat-bladed parts of our screwdriver blades. And then we actually have, I cannibalized an antique Blackhawk 4320 T-handle socket wrench. Oh well, it's now a screwdriver. So let's talk about some of the additional, well, I don't know, additional features, but one little embellishment on here is that I put this little, I took the head from the large bolt and drilled it out and put in a threaded insert and screwed it into the bottom. So let's talk about something that I learned. Well, I already knew this. I did not get that hole right in the center. And you can even see I did a little recess there. I tried to center the recess around the hole. But anyways, God, I'm horrible at getting, on round stock, things lined up in the center. But hey, we're learning. We did, you saw that I took the bolt and I heated it up till it was cherry red. That was to anneal the metal to make it softer, because this was, though it wasn't a hardened bolt, bolts are made from pretty hard metal, so we softened it by heating it. Then we drilled it out, and then I put a little countersink in there so the bolt will, or the cap will recess nicely. All right, another piece that I hadn't originally, well, I knew I was going to have to put one on there, but I didn't show it. I didn't know what I was going to do, is the ferrule on the handle. So when it comes to wood handles, you want to have a ferrule around the top so it keeps the wood from splitting once you start putting pressure on it. This just ferrule happened to come from a broken, some sort of gardening tool. I don't even know what was on the end of this, but all I know is that it was a perfect fit for that, and that saved me a lot of time. So my original plan was to tap both of the insides of these sockets so that the screwdriver heads blades would screw into them. That is certainly what I did for over there, or on this side on the big blade. This blade was too small, so I couldn't tap this to put in there. So this just happened. This just got epoxied. This one got screwed in with the threads and also epoxied to make sure that this would hold up under some torquing. You'll see a little bit in here that I put you can just see that small round pin in there. So we drilled all the way through the screwdriver. You'll see that once again, I think I went from this side. This side was the one that was peened over the most. I didn't go quite straight through. So once again, we're practicing, we're learning. See, I didn't quite make it straight through. It's a little, I also pinned this side, but I did a much better job of pinning on this side. You can't even see, I don't even think you can see where the pin is at. Let me flip it over, see if we can see where the pin is at. I did wow. So right there, little practice. I got a lot better at that pinning. I will admit to another mistake. I don't think this pin goes entirely through the shaft. Like, I think the shaft of the screwdriver actually stops right about, I gotta look over the camera, right about there. And that's only like the pin, the shaft at the bottom of the screwdriver stops right about there. So I've barely pinned like the bottom part of the screwdriver. Another thing that I didn't get quite right is that you can see that this one I think bends up a little bit. That was from not tapping straight up and down, putting the tap in there straight up and down. And then I think this one is a little, well, yes, maybe. I can't really tell. Here's the other thing that I've been practicing. So this type of grind on the blade of the screwdriver is called a hollow grind. Actually, let me show you a better example of what I was kind of aiming for. So here's kind of a large bladed, flat bladed screwdriver, but there you go. Can you see the hollow grind? That we've got a nice round grind going up to the tip. That is what I was shooting for on both tips. On the really big one, you can start to see that I was getting that round indentation grind in there, that hollow grind. I'm going to tell you what happened. I went back and looked at the video, and the whole grinding process, from grinding it on the grinding stone and then taking it over to the belt sander and grinding it on the belt sander, it took a total of 23 minutes. And by the end of that 23 minutes, I was just done. I think on this bit, I got a much better hollow grind on it. It's a much smaller blade. It's a 1/4 of an inch narrower, so not nearly as much material that I have to take off, but a pretty good hollow grind on that. The handle was just basically a press fit and with some epoxy in there. So there you go. That's the quick overview of our ScoutCrafter Screwdriver Challenge, our offset screwdriver. I gotta tell you, this was a good time. You know why I love this? Was that it used more than one skill. We had to do metalworking all over the place. We had to do some woodworking. We got time on the lathe. I'm a complete noob at the lathe. Not very good at the lathe at all, so this was fun to get over to the lathe and practice the lathe a little bit. And then just basically also some chance to think about how we would design something from scratch. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. And hey, we'll talk tools to you later.